disc golfer Bill Giroux to talk about disc golfing. Hi, Bill.
Hi, how are you?
So how long have you been playing disc golf?
Since the mid-'80s, basically.
Tell me a little bit about disc golf.
Like regular golf, except that instead of hitting a little ball with a crooked stick and then throwing the stick in the lake or wherever because it's so hard, we throw frisbees. I've always had an interest in throwing frisbees all my life, and I was introduced to this game where we used to just hit objects, a tree or whatever, throwing the old-fashioned frisbees. And then disc golf came along, and they really just made them a little heavier by, inserting a lot of glow material into it. And the Midnight Flyer came out, which is basically one of the first golf discs.
Okay.
Then they started coming out with different type of discs that would go further, and it was the aerodynamics of a disc that made what it is today. A putter, I didn't bring a driver, or a driver is even more aerodynamic. But
so this is not the kind of disc that you would see someone tossing on the beach?
No, the original ones on the beach were the old ones that are still in use today.
Okay.
So that's on the beach.
Game, you don't use that disc.
You really don't want to catch these. It would hurt you. It would basically break you.
Florida Tour.
Well, the Florida Tour is a series of disc golf tournaments sanctioned through the Professional Disc Golf Association that is playing throughout cities throughout Florida. Tampa Bay, Clearwater, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Daytona, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, and so on and so forth. I think there's up in the 20s.
And how many of those tournaments have you won?
I did get my first win up in Savannah and South Carolina last month.
What advice do you have for anyone who would like to try this sport?
Well, come down to the park. We have plenty of professional disc golfers in the city, very good ones. There's also a number of what they call it advanced amateur style who are very good as well. If they come down, we'll set you up with disc, and you play. We'll bring you right along.
And which park are we talking about?
It's District 2 Regional Park, which is on Monument and McCormick on the corner in East Arlington. It's the old Dunes Golf Course, which is now the Ed Austin.
What about for those who don't live here in Jacksonville?
There are courses all over the world, actually. You can go to pdga.com and go into course directory and put a zip code or a state, and it'll list every course that is registered with
PDGA. This is right here.
Well, this is a pole hole, but this is my adaptation of a pole hole. It's a homemade basket that catches discs. Basically, you hit the chains with the disc, and the basket catches it. Anything that the chains or the basket is holding is good. On the top, it's not. It has to be changed. So if it sits on the top, you have to have another stroke to get it in. And basically, I have designed an 18-hole course here on my 2 acres on 5 baskets. But we only play with putters because it's shorter and it's more of a, like a ball golf, they have the pitch and putt courses, which are all par 3s. This is similar to that. You're not really driving.
So you use a different disc for different shots?
Yes. These are putters, which are more blunt edge, will go much further, but of course, we'll also go in different directions where you don't want to. It's similar to ball golf where you can control it more, but you do get shanks, if you will.
Show us how to throw a shot?
Well, sure.
Bill Giroux is from Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you for being with me today.
You're welcome, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about that.